I'm going to continue to solve inequalities in this example, but I'm going to show you how we can get special cases with inequalities, just like we did with the equations. So in the first problem, we have 3w plus 1 is greater than 3 times the quantity of w minus 1. So looking at this problem, this is a multi-step problem with variables on both sides. On the left side, we can't do anything to simplify, but on the right side, we can. We can use distributive property. 3 times w is 3w. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So here's what my new problem looks like. And if you notice, in the previous lesson we talked about how we needed to move our variable terms to a side that gave us a positive result. We didn't want to move them to get a negative result. Well, if you notice, if I move this 3w to the other side, I'll get 0. And if I move this 3w to the other side, I will still get 0. So really, in this example, what's going to happen is the 3w's will actually cancel out. So I'm left with 1 is greater than negative 3. So now if you recall, when we had equations, if this was an equation, we would be left with a false statement. Therefore, our answer would be no solutions. But since it's an inequality, we have to look at it carefully. This says 1 is greater than negative 3. Well, that's actually a true statement. 1 is greater than negative 3. Therefore, our answer is all real solutions. And we can use the R as our example to illustrate that. Now let's move on to this problem. This says 3 times the quantity of c plus 1 is greater than 3c plus 5. Again, we have variables on both sides, and we can do some simplification here. We can't simplify anything on the right side, but we can do it on the left. Again, we can use distributive property. 3 times c is 3c. 3 times 1 is 3. So this is still greater than 3c plus 5. And if you notice, just like in the problem on our left here, we ended up having 3c, or our variable terms were the same on both sides. It won't matter which one I move. So really, these two are going to cancel each other out. So I'm left with 3 is greater than 5. Now, again, if this was an equation, we would say 3 is not equal to 5. Therefore, it's a false statement. But as an inequality, we have to be careful. We have to actually look at what it says. This says 3 is greater than 5. Well, we know that can never happen. That is a false statement. Therefore, there are no solutions. So we can write the word no solutions, or we can draw the empty set, or we can draw that symbol as well. So we have to be careful. If your inequality is true, then it is all real solutions. If it is false, then it is no solutions.